Hey everybody, welcome to TIW Podcast. I'm Eric, and today I watched WWE Monday Night Raw episode 1396, which was broadcast on February 24th, 2020. I also saw the film Blumhouse's, or is it Blumhouse or Blumhouse? I could easily find that out, but Blumhouse's Fantasy Island, which stars, who does it star? It stars one guy from Veronica Mars, stars what's her name from Katie Keene, and also what's her name from Mr. Robot, and also Michael Pena from Ant-Man, and tons of other great stuff. I think he's from the Narcos spin-off series. I think he's in that. I haven't watched that or Narcos, but I think he's in one of those. He's also on End of Watch, I think. Is that a Michael Bay film? I don't know. Anyway, Michael Pena, he's awesome. And then Maggie Q is in there. And I think it's the guy from Sense8. One of the guys from Sense8. I think that's what he's from. Anyway, I don't have the page for the movie pulled up. Otherwise, I could just tell you the actors' names. But I really, really, really like this movie. Also, what's his name from Silicon Valley? I can't even remember the character's name on there. Anyhow, I like this movie a lot. I wasn't really expecting it to be great from the trailers. I thought it was going to be a lot more like Saw or Escape Room, like that kind of film. I mean, it does have a lot of similarities to those films, but it is a much smaller part of it than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a lot of like torture scenes, gore, violence. It has that stuff, but it also has other stuff, as a really cool story, and I liked it. I don't want to spoil anything about it. Like, I think to explain a lot of the reasons why I liked it would kind of spoil the movie. So I say just go check it out. If you're interested in fantasy stuff, but also like kind of horror thriller in a horror thriller type of setting, and then go check this out. It's really cool. It's sort of sci-fi in a way, but yeah, I don't want to say anything else because I'm really sure that I'll start to spoil it if I do. So I went to see this because I end up going on a quest all the way out to the east side of town. It wasn't that far away; it was a half-hour drive, but it was like during rush hour, so it was kind of a bother to get all the way out there, because that particular Best Buy was the closest one that had a steelbook copy of Knives Out. My local Best Buy did not have it. I thought it was I intended it just to be a quick trip over there and then back home very quickly, but because I went all the way over off to the side of town. I don't think that's a phrase anybody ever uses. Off to the side of town. Off to the side of town. I guess that kind of makes sense, as I'm thinking like to the east instead of like down, up, off, out of town. I don't know. Anyway, because I was already out there, I figured I would also go see a movie because it's right next to an AMC, and that's where I saw Fantasy Island. But I also picked up Code Geass, or however you pronounce that, Lelouch of Resurrection, because it's in a steelbook mainly. I don't follow this anime franchise at all, but this looked like a really, really cool release. So I am going to check that out, and maybe I'll be hooked. Maybe I'll see more of those movies and the series. I also picked up another steelbook of Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, and I did start watching this, but then I realized I should be sleeping instead. So I've only watched the first 6 minutes, but I really enjoy the setting. It takes place in like 1968. I did not realize that. And maybe not the whole movie takes place that maybe just the beginning of it does. I don't know. But I am pretty excited to watch that. And I also got Ultraman Orb, the origin story, which also includes Ultra Fight Orb, which is a feature-length film type of thing. I picked that up because I have been collecting. I haven't started watching with my full attention yet, which I need to do because it's not dubbed or anything. It's just the original version with original Japanese and then with subtitles. So when I watch it, I need to give it my full attention. But all the Ultraman series that's been coming out on Steelbook. This Ultraman Orb did not come out on Steelbook, but I think that's still fine. It's a brand new thing. And maybe eventually they'll come out with a Steelbook copy of it. All right, so let's talk about Raw. I did watch the Hulu version of it. So I wanted to just scan through the post WWE Raw discussion thread. This is posted by Sly Guy 46. So big credit to them. Well, to him. I assume it's a guy because it's Sly Guy. But let's see. I'm just going to go through here and see what was left out of the Hulu version. Bobby Lashley defeated R-Truth. That was not on there. Did we get that match? I think they also cut out this Aleister Black versus Eric Rowan match. And looks like all the other matches that are on here made it to the show. There's a whole bunch of other notes, but I'm not going to worry about those. I feel like if there was something like really important that I would have seen a lot of posts about it and checked it out anyway. But I'm sure that Aleister Black match was probably pretty cool. It was a rematch from last week. That's right. Because Aleister Black just destroyed. Well, he didn't really destroy him, but he did win again this week. So there we go. Oh, I would be interested to see that. Did stuff happen with the cage? Let's see. Let's see. OC talking amongst himself, saying that a miracle could happen at Super Showdown. Oh, they sucker punch Aleister Black. What? Oh, he's really mad at AJ Styles, so they'll fight next week. That's pretty good. No notes in here about if anything with the cage happens. So I'm going to assume that it was uneventful on that front. Okay. So what I did see, we opened up the show. Randy Orton was reminiscing about the last time he was in Winnipeg when he was punched in the face by Adam, a.k.a. Edge. And then Kevin Owens comes out and asks him why yet again. And Randy says, "You don't want to go down that road." And Kevin says, "Yes, I do. I just asked the question." And he says, "Let's fight." And Randy says, "Okay, but not right now." So we have to wait 3 hours for them to fight in the main event, which was pretty good. The ending of it was pretty great. I'm just going to skip ahead to this ending. So the referee counted for Randy very, very quickly, and Kevin was really mad. The referee got out of there, out of the ring. He didn't leave. And this during the last half of the match, Seth and the AOP and Buddy Murphy, they had come out, or just Murphy, and they were causing some trouble. And Seth gets the heck out of there, and then Kevin, he's mad. He's so mad he goes after that referee because also Randy was about to hit Kevin in the head with the chair when he got distracted by something, and Kevin got up, and then there's a face off, and then the referee took the chair away from Kevin after Randy threw away his, and Kevin's like, "Wait, what are you doing?" And I forget what Randy did. I think he just got out of there as well. But so Kevin goes after the referee, throws him into the ring, and then tears off his referee shirt, and he sees that it is a Monday Night Rollins shirt. And before that, Seth was like, I don't know this guy. I had nothing to do with this. What are you? No, nothing. And then as soon as he's revealed as being a follower, a disciple of Seth Rollins, Seth is like, no, don't do that to him. He's a good man. Stop it. And I liked everything about that. It was pretty great. But Kevin hits him with a stunner, and he puts him through a table. This poor guy. So hopefully Seth will be visiting him in the hospital, giving him the blessed handshake and all of that. I really hope that Seth does that for everybody that comes to meet him at Access, that he like does the whole pious thing and all that, and then like, you know, hands on their heads and like hugs them, all that kind of stuff. That would be amazing if he just keeps that up for the 2 hours that he does this thing. Man, I don't have a ticket to meet him, but and I think it's during like Hall of Fame or something anyway. I don't remember. It's during a session that I'm not going to be at anyway, so even if I were tempted, I wouldn't be able to go watch it. But okay, going back, we have Angel Garza flirting with Charlie Caruso in the back before his match. Angel versus Humberto Carrillo. Angel wins via a roll up, and he has a kind of a handful of tights to help him get that leverage there. So this feud continues. Then we have Ricochet defeats Luke Gallows via shooting star press. Very impressive maneuver. And like jumping halfway across the ring while he does it. Amazing. Then we have a Brock Lesnar hype promo from that guy. Paul Heyman. And then we have Charlie interview Drew McIntyre, and he basically says, I didn't mind it on this occasion, where Drew says, I don't care who I fight because I've been waiting for this opportunity to fight at WrestleMania for the WWE title, so it really doesn't matter to me. That reasoning, I get behind that, but every other time that people say that, they're like, I don't care whether it's him or him, I'm going to win. And like that kind of thing is such a stock answer. I would like them to say it, like, I would like to hear it occasionally, like, well, I would rather fight so-and-so or something like that. So that's my thoughts on that. But in this case, it worked because his reasoning was solid, and this whole interview is really entertaining. Then we had the Elimination Chamber contract signing with Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, Sarah, Logan, Natalia, and Asuka. Shayna was not there for some reason, but as soon as all five of them on stage, this was hosted by Jerry Lawler. As soon as the five women signed the contracts, Shayna appeared out of the audience, signed it as well. Kind of went up face to face with the Queen of Hearts, so I liked that a little bit. Hearts versus Spades, but Asuka attacks Natalia, and then Liv goes and attacks Ruby Riott by she just jumps right over the table. It was great. Sarah's like kind of trying to keep them apart or whatever, but everybody's fighting with Shayna's just off to the side. Like, this is great. I didn't even have to do anything. Everybody's just tearing each other apart. So I like that. I like that a lot. But then Becky comes out, and Shayna seems kind of worried, and they go toe to toe a little bit. Oh, also Asuka told Shayna to bite me. I like that. Okay, so then we had a couple of matches. First, we had Angelo Dawkins versus Buddy Murphy. This ended in I think Angelo technically won because Seth Rollins interfered. So that ended in disqualification. And then we had Seth Rollins versus Montez Ford. So both of these, all this was a preview that for Super Showdown. These two guys are going to go after the Raw Tag Team Championships on Thursday. So that should be a pretty good match. I hope the Street Profits win. so that we can see something different, because I think this is their first title defense basically since they won it a few weeks ago. So anyway, Seth defeats Ford, and there's some good promos in here. They're saying something about something happened so hard, or I forget what he said, but they made fun of Buddy Murphy losing his first name. So that was pretty good. And then that led to our main event of Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens. And so that's it. I know, really bad recap of Raw, but I thought it was good. I thought it was pretty good. It was pretty good. Not the best Raw of the year, but it was pretty solid. And also, we don't have all of the Lana and Lashley stuff in the closing out the show anymore. I think that's a positive any way you look at it. But I also wanted to mention that I started watching the current season of Better Call Saul, and it is amazing as expected. But go check it out. The first 2 episodes aired on Sunday and Monday of this week. You can get, at least in the United States, you can get it on, you can get the season pass on Amazon. If you don't have AMC, or, well, that would be the main way to see it. But if you don't have AMC, but you do want to watch just the show, it's only like $18, right around there. For the standard definition digital version of the show, I think it's $26 or so for the HD version. In my opinion, it's still amazing in standard definition. Like, I didn't really even think about that aspect of it as I was watching it, and you can save a little bit of money there. So yeah, let me know what you thought of all these things: Blumhouse's Fantasy Island, this week's episode of Raw, and the first 2 episodes of Better Call Saul by tweeting me at TIW Podcast. Go to TIWpodcast.com for more reviews. If you enjoyed this episode or anything else on the site, please share some links with your friends. Subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, wherever you like to listen. Stay safe out there in all of the infinite multiverses, and I'll see you next time here on TIW Podcast. Bye.